As of the writing of this video, the first of 3 Doctor Who 60th anniversary specials has released called The Star Beast. All of the usual suspects have come out to say that this episode was terrible and that Doctor Who is truly dead, blah 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 blah. Now this is the point where you think I'm going to go entirely against them in their criticisms of this episode, but I'm not. I do agree that the identity politics were very heavy-handed to the point where you couldn't ignore them no matter how much you wanted to. But even if you were to take the identity politics out of the Star Beast, it's still a middle-of-the-road episode at best. The worst aspect of this episode for me wasn't the identity politics, mostly because I was expecting them. The worst aspect was Russell T Davies retconning his own work. At the end of the 4th season of Doctor Who, Donna ingests the power of the Time Lord and uses said power to save the universe, but at a great cost. The power of the Time Lord was killing her. So the Doctor wiped her memory and told her mother and grandfather to never remind her of him or the TARDIS, otherwise it would kill her. In the Star Beast, the Doctor restores Donna's memories of him, they both save London from the Meep, and Donna doesn't die. Cue the Deus Ex Machina. Half of the Time Lord's power transferred to Donna's quote-unquote daughter, therefore saving Donna from certain death. But I'm getting ahead of myself. The reason that I am making this video right now is because I have a message for Doctor Who fans, and it's very simple. Just walk away. Don't get outraged because you got bamboozled by the news of David Tennant's return along with Catherine Tate in the hopes that the show would return to its former glory. And to be fair, I got bamboozled as well. I believe I made videos at the time of the announcement like a year and a half ago where even I was singing the praises. So yeah, I'll be fair on myself. I got bamboozled as well. These people are driven by one thing, and that is ideology. These people behind the show. They don't care about pleasing the longtime fan base that's already there, because that's not these people's motivations. Honestly, you could say the same thing about the people criticizing the Star Beast right now on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, wherever, because they got bamboozled. Let me pose a question to all of you listening to this right now. Did 18 months of The Last Jedi Sucks videos save Star Wars? No. Star Wars is still in a very bad state under Disney Lucasfilm for a multitude of reasons that isn't just Kathleen Kennedy. With regards to the MCU, honestly ask yourselves, what is hurting the MCU right now? Is it the supposed identity politics? Or is it the fact that the MCU has continued long past its expiration date? Very much in the same vein as The Last Jedi Sucks videos didn't save Star Wars, all of these videos decrying the MCU as the quote-unquote MCU isn't going to save the MCU either. Sometimes the only way to win the game is to stop playing it altogether. This video might sound as if I have a defeatist attitude about this whole thing, and you may have a point about that, but has Nerdrotic or Critical Drinker or Geeks and Gamers or any plethora of other channels actually accomplished anything? All of these criticisms and people screaming their heads off about how they're sick of identity politics being shoved down their throats hasn't stopped identity politics from being shoved down their throats. As I said, the people shoving identity politics down your throat aren't motivated by economics. They're motivated by ideology and ideology alone. Sitting in front of a webcam, screaming into a microphone, and collecting money from said activity hasn't made anything better. Star Wars is in the toilet. Doctor Who is in the toilet. The MCU is so dead that everyone can see the flesh rotting right in front of their eyes. All I have to ask you is how many times can you keep getting kicked in the balls before you learn to leave that person? Do you have any self-respect in that regard? You know that by watching Doctor Who that identity politics will be shoved down your throat. So why watch it? Out of habit? Complete utter bullshit. Habits can change. Ask all the people who dropped Bud Light and started drinking other beers. And I'll be honest with myself here, I am going to watch the other two 60th anniversary specials, despite the fact that I know full well that I am going to get kicked in the nuts. Call me foolish, but I am not watching it for the hate train. I'm wanting to see if the story that was set up in the first episode actually goes anywhere. Because I come from the school of thought of it doesn't matter how you start, it's how you finish. Am I going to watch any more Doctor Who after the 60th anniversary specials? No. And largely because I stopped watching Doctor Who back in 2015 when Peter Capaldi came into the role. And if we're being honest here, Doctor Who has been in a perpetual state of decline since Matt Smith's last season as the Doctor. And I know that I'm rambling, so I'll end the video with this. Any good negotiator knows that sometimes you just have to walk away from the table and never look back. The problem with fandoms right now is that they are refusing to leave the negotiating table. The people that control Star Wars, Star Trek, Doctor Who, the MCU, don't give two shits about your criticisms and will just keep doing what they're doing. So why are you going back to the table hoping that they will listen to you this time? You know, the old adage goes, hope in one hand, shit in the other. See which one fills up faster.